I really need this to work. I'm sitting in my car doing this video because if I wait till I get home, I will do the laundry, I will respond to an email, and then I just won't film it. Here's the thing about me. I quit everything that I start. And it's not for the reason that you think. Editing Lola here. I am currently in the middle of editing the video, and for some reason the footage is wobbling like jelly. I've asked a friend to take a look at it and we have deduced that it was something to do with the vibrations from the car and the camera and image stabilization, the shutter, something. And unfortunately, I can't fix it. So I'm very sorry if watching this video makes you feel like you are seasick. I don't want to have to film it again because if I do, I won't post it. So please bear with me. I will make sure that it doesn't happen again next time. But yeah, back to the video. I posted my first YouTube video about 15 years ago. I was young and full of excitement and ready to become a photography YouTuber. I made one single video about a film camera that I was using and then I stopped posting. What's crazy is that the video did really well. It got quite a lot of views, but I didn't continue. The video stayed up on this channel for a very, very long time. Every once in a while, someone will comment on the video reminding me that it was still there, but I just left it there. And then a few years ago, I decided to kind of change my niche and I thought I was going to get into sort of like family vlogging. I became a mum and I shared a lot of my life on TikTok and it was doing really well. So my natural pivot was to come to YouTube. I made one video and then I didn't post again. And when I went into that, I was so hyped. I really thought that this is going to be it. This is what I'm going to stick to because I had stuck at TikTok for a very long time. Okay, I say a long time, but it was maybe about 2 years or so of consistent posting. 18 months, something like that. Longer than any other thing that I've picked up and put down. So yeah, I went all in. I paid for a year upfront of Epidemic Sound because I was going to do this. And then I didn't. Again, the channel just sat here, the videos just sat here. I'd get a random comment every now and then reminding me that I had this one video up. And then last year I had one of my worst years on record, I guess. And so I went into this new year feeling like I'm going to ship every idea that I have and I'm going to stick to it. So at the beginning of the year, I decided that this was now going to be a sewing channel. I've been sewing for about 20 years or so. It's a hobby that I always go back to. Whenever I'm feeling stressed, I will whip out my sewing machine. I guess it's kind of like how some people get stressed and go to the gym. I get stressed and I sew. I'd shared a little bit of my sewing journey on TikTok and the videos always did quite well. So I figured I could become a sewing content creator and that would be my next pivot. I posted the first video, which ironically is titled Taking Sewing Seriously in 2026. And again, it did quite well. It did okay for a channel that doesn't produce any sewing content and had been producing content mostly off rather than on, but on and off for about 15 years. For the first time, I then posted 2 more videos, which is very unlike me because I'm kind of like a one and done, hit and quit kind of person. So I ended up posting 3 videos in total and then I stopped. This time I actually stopped because the editing was starting to bog me down. I feel like I had started to feel like I needed lots of like cool editing, or I needed to kind of like keep up with the kids and be, or a helicopter, sorry, my focus. I felt like I needed to do a lot of cool stuff instead of literally just sewing. Instead of doing the thing that I know how to do very well, I thought that the editing needed to be special. If you go and look at those videos, the editing is not special whatsoever. It was the thing that I thought that was missing. I had this feeling that I needed to step up the editing past the usual cut the clips, do the voiceover, add some music kind of style. So yeah, I was 3 videos in, lots of content filmed, but nothing edited, and then I stopped. It's been 5 months since I've posted a video. What's crazy about every time I quit is that I seem to quit when things are doing okay. My issue is that I hyperfocus. So whenever I want to pick something up, I live it, breathe it, sleep it, everything. I am so invested. And I often want the result of the effort that I'm putting in to match my hyperfocus. It's kind of like being really hyped about buying a lottery ticket and then expecting to win because of how hyped you are. That doesn't make any sense. I started a new sewing TikTok account and grew to 4,000 followers fairly quickly without too much effort. I stopped. Can't say that I was trying to go viral overnight because that's never really been a goal of mine. But I think I just felt that the progress that I was making was a lot slower than I wanted it to be. Which, saying out loud, sounds really ridiculous. Because in this time, I also started a bag brand. I sold a lot of bags, many of which I made by myself at my kitchen table while my daughter was asleep. And they sold. People were buying them, not in droves, but buying them enough that it seemed like I could scale it. I could make a business out of this. And I don't know what it is about my brain that kind of like shuts down in the middle of a project. The weird pattern is that none of them have failed. It would be different if I was posting sewing content every week into an abyss and getting 1 or 2 views, one of which being my mum kind of thing. Or if I wanted to sell bags and nobody was buying them. I always stop the thing in the middle of the thing just working. And the sad part is that sometimes the growth doesn't match your intensity. And that's what I always experience. I think deep down, I've just always felt like the amount of work that you put in correlates to what you get back. And sadly, that's not always the case. But at the end of the trail of projects I've quitted, I have arrived at this new thing. And I'm making this video at the end of month 2 into the new thing. I actually wanted to make these videos as I started, but I was scared that it would become yet another thing that I would reel off in a list of projects that I've quit. But this one, I think I have forced myself into continuing, and I'll explain why. I was doom scrolling a few months ago and I came across a post about someone who had started a print club for their art. They were sending out art prints and stickers and personal letters to the people that like their art. Something really stuck with me because it was a monthly thing. They produce these things for 4 weeks, they ship it, and then it's on to a new idea, which really matches my level of hyper focus and I guess moving on to the next thing. And the more I delved into print clubs and mail clubs and postcard clubs and all of the other sort of like monthly clubs, the more I realised that this really aligns with how I work. I'm someone that can stay up until 4 o'clock in the morning working on things for 1 week straight, but then I very quickly burn out. But the great thing about this is that I can do that, and then when I burn out, it's time to start the next thing. It's time to start the new idea, the fresh idea. And weirdly, for the last 2 months, that's really been working. One thing about all of the projects that I've started is that I never want to leave people high and dry. I never want to start something and then not ship somebody's item that they bought from me. So even when I was making my bags myself and I was shipping them a week behind schedule, I was still shipping them. I was still keeping in contact with the people to let them know that there's this delay or there's that delay, because I never want anyone to feel like I've cheated them out of something. So when I started the letter club, I made an option for people to subscribe for a year. I didn't think that in month 1 that would ever happen, but there were 3 people who signed up for a year, and that kind of meant that I was locked in, that no matter what, no matter how I felt about this thing, I would have to continue. I would have to keep going to fulfill all 12 orders for the next 12 months. And then if I decided that I didn't want to do it anymore, I was free to stop. Since then, more people have signed up for a full year. So it looks like I'm going to be here for the next 14 months at least. But what's interesting about this is that it's the first project where I have kind of made it that I can't quit. There's a structural failsafe that means even if I want to stop, I can't. I mean, realistically, I could refund all of the people that paid for the year and I could close down the website and then that would be that. But that's not really how I live. So here I am. I'm not going to sit here and promise you a posting schedule and tell you that I'm going to be back here 3 times a week and that you'll be able to keep up with the journey of me and the letter club and all of that good stuff. But I will post. I will hold myself accountable because, like I say, this project now has a lifespan of 14 months at the very least. If you want to hang around and watch somebody with a 15-year quitting streak try and not quit in public, then please follow along. Come back and check if I'm still here and if it worked.